Well, hello my dear champions, welcome back to our channel Deeksha Karnataka. Today I'm here with your 3-month strategy, a solid plan to get a very good result in our KCET. Okay, so I'm here to answer your one question, how to get under 1000 rank in KCET 2026. For that I have various approach to the problem that we have at hand, what we're gonna do in this time that we have close to 3 months now. Okay, so we'll see everything in this particular session about mathematics. Right now you have to do 2 things. Join us right away for your preparation. Whatever classes are coming on our platform, start watching them, start learning from them, because everything that comes will be certainly getting you some marks for that particular topic. Okay, so start joining our classes. How can you do that? Simply subscribe to our channel and keep the notification bell always on so that you don't miss any videos, or you can simply join our WhatsApp community and be a part of our community and get all the updates on time. Okay, so do not forget to subscribe and join the WhatsApp community. Let's start with the session right now. So let's talk about first what I have planned today. What is the plan today? Let's talk about that first. So first thing is very simple. We'll see the chapter wise weightage. Yes, I know many of you have already seen this particular parts, and we know the weightage of all the chapters, but still for some of you who are still starting, who want to know which chapter and how many questions can be asked from there, we'll see that as well. Quickly we'll see that, but yeah, very important, chapter wise weightage. Next we have, now this you all have been asking in so many comments of so many videos, so many lectures, that sir, can you give important topics for KCET also? So that also prepared for chapter wise. What are the important topics based upon the trends of PYQs? Okay, now this includes the deleted portions, means these topics are from the current portions, they will not be part of the deleted portions of CET. Is that making sense to all of you? So this will be the relevant topics after the deleted portions. Okay, moving on. Next we have number 3 is custom strategies for every student. Means wherever you stand today, based upon that we'll have a strategy that how can we get better, how can we have a realistic approach and get that best result for myself. Okay, next, the 3-month master plan. Okay, how can we stick to it? How can we get the best out of here based upon right now to the exam day, right before exam day? How can we optimize our time at hand? That is very, very important, because every single minute you miss out, you will be losing some rank in the preparation, and ultimately you lose your desired college, the desired seat that you want in the KCET. Next, HWC. What is HWC, sir? High weighted chapters. Means I'm going to give you those chapters. If you study this much, you can score easily 40 plus from there. I'm not saying that your KCET PYQs last 10 years trends says that. Okay, so I'm going to give you HWC list also. And next we'll have the mistakes that you all keep making, and they can be easily avoidable. Okay, so I'm going to give you the list of the mistakes that all the students make, and as a faculty, as a teacher, I have come across many of them. So that's why I'm here to give you list of all those. Okay, and of course this is the session agenda, and for all of you who are writing KCET, take ABHYAS right now. It has total of 35 mock tests. Okay, we all know how important mock test is for any exam preparation, right? Whether it is your boards, whether it is your KCET, JEE, we all know that, we all know the seriousness of it. And for all of you who have already taken this, thumbs up, good job, because you must have solved few papers already, right? And for you who have not taken the ABHYAS KCET test series, you are getting late day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. Okay, so please make sure that you take this test, which offers 35 mock test, which includes both full length test as well as your part test based upon your part by part syllabus. Okay, so total 35 across physics, chemistry, maths, biology, means all 4 subjects will be covered over here. And you also get alongside that chapter wise KCET PYQ test as well. Okay, and all this will be given in the form of live test, means you have to attempt the test in the given time constraint. So you'll have a proper platform where you can attempt the test, not only like you get a paper and you solve it. No, you'll have a proper platform, you'll have a real-time exam. Of course it will be online. So take the ABHYAS KCET test series right now if you are serious, if you want to really score a good marks and get the dream college of yours with the dream seat that you want. Okay, so that will be very, very helpful. Now all of this comes at a price of only 1499. Take this test series. It is recommended by your toppers, your seniors. You can see all the results over here and many more that we cannot say and so right now. Okay, so very important, bacha, please better take this test if you are seriously preparing for your KCET 2026. Now time to see our chapter wise weightage. So for the last 4 years, the most decisions I've taken, of course the trends remains almost same for the last couple of years, but before that trend were different because there were many of them as deleted topics. So we have to consider the syllabus only after the deleted portions. We cannot consider that, right? Exactly. So check here. So if you look at this, these are all PU1 chapters. These are all less weightage chapters. 1 question, 2 questions, 2 from sets and 2 from relation and functions are there. Apart from that, almost every chapter has one question coming every year. Okay, again from here you can see till this point you still have PU1 chapters. Again questions are 1 1 1. In the probability you get 2, and when you start the PU2, then you will see of course the change in number of questions. So you get here 2 questions in relation and function, 2 in ITF, 4 in matrices, 5 in determinant, and so on. Okay, yes, the number increases as you go along the PU2 chapters. That you already know that, right? Earlier the mix used to be close to 15, 16 in PU1, and other questions like 45 in your PU2. Okay, 42 to 45 in PU2. This was your earlier mix, but last year this changed. In last year, close to 20 questions came from, means this year 2025 we had 20 questions from PU1 and other 40 questions were from PU2. So the weightage of PU1 was more in the previous year, but usually you can see the mix is around 17 questions from the PU1, other 43 from the PU2. Okay, so this was the chapter wise analysis, based upon the last 4 years, the most recent years after the deletion of portions. Okay, I hope this is clear, visible guys. Download the notes, download the PDF to get all the information. How can you download it? Simply join the WhatsApp community. You get all the informations over there, all the updates over there. Okay, next, most important, you all have been asking for this, sir, important topics. So what I mean, I can give you a list of topics, but I wanted to give you topics based upon chapters. Again, these are not topics that is there from NCERT, just I've seen and I've taken the topics here and there. This is not my understanding. This is not what I want you to prepare. No. What I have done, I have gone through your PYQs, and based upon those PYQs, I have taken the list of chapters over here. Okay, so you can see from the chapter number 1 we have, so from chapter number 1 what we have is relation and functions. Types of functions is where you get close to 1 to 2 questions. So very, very important. In ITF you have properties of ITF. Remember the formulas are there. Negative angle, sum is pi by 2 for sine inverse, cos inverse, like means complementary ratios in the trigonometric form. If you take inverse, you also get sine inverse plus cos inverse is pi by 2 for the same value, right? So those are the important ones. Matrices, operations of the matrices, that is very important. Transpose, symmetric and skew symmetric matrices are the highlights of the chapter matrix based upon your PYQ. This is the last 10 years PYQ trend. Topic wise, this is what last 10 years PYQ trend. I have gone through it, and these are the list of topics that I found out after looking at your PYQs from KCET. Next, determinants. You have determinant of various type of functions, whether you have constants involved, whether you have some angle functions or variable involved. So different type of functions are there. So determinants of those are the questions. You have area of triangle based problems, you have inverse of matrix based problems, and of course direct property based questions are also there over here. Okay, now in this chapter C and D we have continuity based questions, close to 1 to 2. Differentiability again close to 1 to 2. We have parametric form, 1 question. Second order derivative also a question, and then logarithmic differentiation, logarithmic derivative also a question over here. This chapter has a weightage of how many marks? 6 marks. We know that very well. Next, AOD. Here all the 3 topics are equally important. They all come actually. Okay, whether it is rate of change, this is what rate of change, or increasing decreasing function, or maxima minima, all of these are equally important. So we cannot skip any of them. That's why I've written all of these over here. Okay, this is what the PYQs trend showed me. This is what I observed in the PYQs. Okay, now I know I'm taking a little bit of extra of your time by explaining each and every topic in detail, like what are the topics from this particular chapter, but it is very important to understand this right now so that we can prepare accordingly, right? Next, integrals. Method of integration is one of the highlight of the chapter. By parts is there, different integral, and the properties of different integral is there. Substitution method is also one of the high weightage or frequently asked topics from your integration chapter. AOI, this is very simple. Simple curves are there. You have to find the area under the simple curves, parabola, circle, ellipse, with a combination with sometimes lines also. Okay. Differential equation, the highlight will be LDE and the MCQ on order and degree, when it is defined, when it's not defined. I hope you all have solved many questions on these topics. Next, last 4 chapters. Vectors, you have product of vector as the highlight of a topic. You also have angle between them, you have parallel and perpendicular vectors, that also is equally important. Then you go to 3D and you have direction cosines and the ratios, and we have shortest distance as one of the highlight of the chapter from the 3D-dimensional geometry. Linear programming, we have graph based questions. They'll give you the graph and ask you different aspects of it, minima, maxima, whatever it is given, and formulation of the equation also can be there. Means they'll give you equation and they'll give you the graph and ask you to form the equation or constraints. Okay, those are type of questions are coming in linear programming. In probability, most of the questions are coming on conditional probability. Okay, this is conditional probability and Bayes theorem. If you ask me, it was not there. It was, when I observed, it was not there. But even this is very important. Independent event. Yes, directly this is not relevant, means directly just itself will not be relevant, but if you club them together, it makes very much difference in the preparation. I understand, beta, that I'm taking a little bit of your time, but it is important to know this preparation, this these tips for going forward in your maths KCET preparation of 3 months. Okay, now based upon the strategies, now we are moving to what we have done with the chapter wise analysis, we have done with topic wise analysis. Now we have to see if our strategy, we have 3 levels right now, level 1, level 2 and level 3. Where do we stand today? Based upon that, we have to make a realistic goal and try to achieve that. Okay, over here, if you having you are somewhere who are struggling today, and you are still want have this dream of getting a good college, then stop panicking right now and try to learn. Don't try to learn everything, just master the 70% of the chapters. I want to give you that. Okay, from where maximum number of question comes. Don't worry, I'm going to give you the high weighted chapters, right? From there you can practice. Level 2, bridge the gap that you have. Shift from knowing the concepts to solving the problem in 60 seconds. Yes, anybody can know a concept and solve the problem, but you have to solve it in 60 seconds. So if this is your level 2 beta, next is going to be level 3. Conquer the peak from being good to being the best. If you're trying to be ranker to get to a top 1000 rank, this is the level 3. Okay, conquer the peak. This can happen by being bullish in getting the answers always right and getting right within 40 to 30 seconds. Okay, moving on, this was my point number 3. Now we are moving to the point number 4, which is the 3-month master plan. Starting from February, okay, we are close to the end of January right now. So if you take the February month right away, and you have to again give the focus to boards as well as KCET. This will be the balancing month. You got to balance both. You cannot leave even one behind, because this is the last time you're gonna learn KCET. Afterwards, what will happen is you'll not get time to study about KCET until unless your boards are over. Okay, and for KCET we are bringing very important thing, wait for it, but we are bringing for all of you master stroke. I think by the time you see this session, you'll already have the access to master stroke. So we are bringing a series on our channel which is called as master stroke, okay, only to help you prepare, to keep you relevant and prepared for your KCET. Okay, so do follow that session if you are looking to and aiming for a top 1000 rank. Certainly it will be helping you out up to a great extent. So you have to focus on both over here, create a balance, complete the PU2 syllabus. Of course, you cannot have any backlog. Your boards are going to be very soon. KCET, you have to give 1.5 hours topic wise practice. You got to do the topic wise practice right now. That is going to be sufficient. Okay, just solve the PYQs over there. PYQ plus KCET questions. Okay, for this, what happens is you can take ABHYAS. To solve the most relevant questions for KCET, you can take ABHYAS KCET test series. KCET test series. This is going to be the most relevant resource for solving question just like CET. Okay, getting my point? Take my words very seriously, otherwise you're gonna regret it later. Okay, every time you're delaying a process, of course you are losing marks, you're losing rank. Don't do that. Okay, March, you have to move on to 100% boards time. You cannot mix KCET over here. You have to prioritize boards, because I hope you know that, I know you know that 50% of weightage is what from PUC itself. So this is going to be very, very important. So you got to give a complete focus to boards. Master 5 markers, derivations and LPPs. The big chunk of questions are there. 20 to 30 marks are from 5, 6 and 4 markers, section D and section E. So you got to master those 5 markers, derivations. From where? From the integration, from your integration 5 marker particular functions or LPP, you got to do them exactly what the board needs and get those 30 out of 30 marks. This represents 30 out of 30 marks. Okay, next you have to solve the 5 previous year boards papers to get to an idea what type of papers are they expecting, and also get to have the ability to solve the paper within 3 hours and finish the entire paper on time. This will be done only if you're solving one paper at a time at one sitting. You cannot solve a half paper in the morning and half in the evening. That is not going to be work. Okay, if you want to make it work, you have to sit at one time and solve the entire paper in the sitting of 3 hours. Okay, so try to attempt that. Next month will be month of April, only CET. Of course, once your boards are over, immediately switch back to KCET mode. Okay, start with the PU1 revision. As I said last time, we had close to 20 questions from PU1 itself. It means you know how important this is going to be, and PU1 chapters are very easy, so you can quickly do that if you quickly move on to the PU1 revisions and again solve the PYQs of these as well. PYQs are very important in PU1 syllabus. Okay, to solve that, and of course ABHYAS will help you to solve the KCET ready problems. Okay, now focus on shortcuts and elimination trick. You have to learn the tricks now, whether it is shortcut tricks or whether it is elimination method from the options. You eliminate the options. Okay, this is what it means, eliminate the options. You got to learn these tricks and apply them in the questions. Okay, now because you cannot have the blind to cover that, you should know what is the process to apply the tricks. Write part and full syllabus mocks. Now in April you have to go only for KSAT. It means you have time to write full syllabus and part test mock. Part test mocks, why? Because it gives you a filter that you have done this chapter completely. Full syllabus helps you to understand that your preparation is up to the mark, where you're going wrong, how can you improve, what is the time management and all of that. Okay, now don't ignore the formula and revisions. Very, very important. Very important. After every test, wherever you are lagging, you got to revise those topics. You got to learn those formulas again if you have messed up in the while writing the mock tests. Okay, this is a 3-month master plan. Next, the high weighted chapters where can you get 40 plus marks are like this. 20 questions from calculus, vectors and 3D has 8 questions, algebra has 12 to 13 questions as per your trend of questions in the last 10 years from KSAT. Okay, check here. Again, the list will start from limits to all the chapters, means AOD, integral, CND, AOI, differential equation, all them together worth 20 marks. Vector and 3D, 8 questions, 12 to 13 questions from algebra. This is very important if you want to score anything close to 5,000 rank like that. You have to get this 40 plus marks in mathematics. Okay, others of course you have to get 45 and 50 marks in chemistry, physics, but this has to be there if you want to score a good rank. Okay, and if your score is somewhat 270 to 80 in PU, you can score easily to a top 5,000 rank with these scores of 120 and over there 270 to 80. Okay, let's move on. So high weighted chapters are clear. The HWC is clear. This is your HWC. Clear, right? Very important. Next, the mistakes that all of you make. First one, not solving enough PYQs. Sir, I know the PYQs, we have solved it. No, you got to solve each and every question. Not just because you know it, it doesn't mean that you will get it right every time. You should be able to get every question, every PYQ right every time, because these are the proven questions from the previous year papers. Okay, they cannot be ignored. KCET will of course not give the same question, but they'll give us similar problem statements, so you have to be familiar with the PYQs. That is a mistake if you're not doing it properly. Not giving priority and missing out on time to practice. Like me, you all do what? Sir, I can solve the question, but can you solve in 60 seconds? The question is not that you can solve it. Can you solve that particular question in 60 seconds, in 50 seconds, in 40 seconds? If yes, then your preparation is on the track. Otherwise, it's of no use. You got to, prioritize time practice at the same time. If you don't do that, it is a common mistake, and all of you do that. You got to change that in the last 3 months. Next, not maintaining an error book. Whenever we solve any question, let's say today I plan to solve 40 problems. Of course, I'll make mistakes. If I solve tomorrow 10 questions, of course, I'll make mistakes. Whenever I'm solving something, there are chances of making mistakes. Where can you log them? In the error book. So keep those questions in the error book and come back and revise them again and again, and make progress accordingly. Otherwise, those mistakes will be always present. If you're solving examination in the final exam also, you lose marks there as well. So maintain the error book. Not maintaining it is going to be a big mistake. Stuck in loop of doing the revision of only concepts. So first we revised for preparatory, then we revised for second preparatory, then we went for boards. Again we'll revise one more time the concept, sir, from NCERT in the KCET examination. Yes, this loop is there, and I know many of you do this mistake, so you got to avoid that right now. Not only concepts, make or include the questions also, beta. Okay. Next, this is one of my favorite. Many of you make blind tukkas. Means, sir, there's no negative marking. Why not, leaving it is, better than leaving, I'll just tick something and go out. No, learn the proper techniques of elimination of options. Okay, you have prepared, right? You'll know what options cannot be there. So learn the proper elimination technique of options, shortcut tricks, and based upon those, you make the tukka, not the blind ones. Lack of structured plan to cover the high weightage and low weightage chapter. So you want to study, started let's say integration. You took how much time? 1 week, 10 days to cover integration. It will not work like that. You have to have a structured plan to cover up both these ends if you are aiming for top 1000 rank. Okay, next, not understanding the importance of PCM score. Okay, you say that, okay sir, I'm preparing for KCET, and you lose 10 marks, 15 marks like this in your physics, chemistry, maths. Let's say your total should be 300 out of 300, and you end up getting only 265, 255. This is all taking away a good rank from you. Even though you are good in KCET, if you get these marks, it's not going to help you out. You have to score 280 to 290. You got to score this much. Minimum you have to score this much in your boards, and it is completely doable. Think about it. No, is CET harder or boards harder? CET is harder. Then why can't you score easy marks first? Okay, so give priority to the boards and get these marks. Do not ignore PCM scores of PUC. Okay, now this were the common mistakes, and very important, too many resources and notes. This happens. You will download here this resource, their resource, many books you will buy, and what will happen at the last minute? You will not have time to study anything. Okay, so follow one resource, follow one content that you feel that is going to be suitable for you. Sometime your own notes are going to be very, very helpful. If you have studied from me, then follow my notes only. Okay, if you're studying from, let's say, some other place, study only one notes. Don't follow too many books, too many resources. NCERT you should follow. Apart from that, your own notes will be very, very helpful, very, very useful. Okay, so do not have many resources. It's gonna chip away the time that you need, that you could have given effectively for the preparation. Okay, so this was your mistakes that you all keep making in your preparation, and that was it in this session that I brought for all of you, a 3-month foolproof plan for your preparation of KCET. If I have missed something, give that to me in the comment section. If you want something from me, if you need something from me to help you in your preparation, let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna certainly read that and help you with that. Okay, so I think that is it for this class. Okay, all the best, and thank you for listening to me in this particular class. I'll see you again very soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.